The Witch's Hair of Widow's Grove, Episode 2, A Choice. I couldn't sleep. Not after what Mama told me. Her words circled in my mind like moths on a flame. If they ever learn your name, Sha, truly know you can't go back to before. What did that mean? What did that mean to be known? What would change? And why did that thought tingle behind my ears like a whisper I couldn't quite hear? I lay in the little bed in my guest room, the one with the patchwork quilt. The ceiling fan spun slow, casting shadows that danced across the walls. My little doll, Celestine, sat on the nightstand, her painted eyes watching me, as if she longed to speak but could not. The window called to me, not the breeze, not the moonlight, but something older, something waiting. I rose, silent as a breath, and tiptoed through the kitchen and gently eased open the door, praying that old screen door would hush tonight. And thankfully, it did. I slipped down the back steps. The grass kissed my ankles. The air was thick with jasmine and something else. Smoke, maybe, or a memory? I walked past the bamboo, past the old pecan tree, to the wild edge of Mama's sprawling yard. My little feet carried me to the ancient tree, the one where I saw the witches flying around. Its branches arched high enough to hold the stars. Its trunk, hollowed out by time, veiled in hanging moss. And there, beneath the boughs, in the half light between mist and moon, I saw her. A woman cloaked in night, with long silver hair that shimmered like water. She wasn't frightening, she was familiar in the way old stories sometimes are. And then she looked at me. You came. I looked back at her and said, are you a witch? She smiled at me teasingly. That depends. Are you ready to meet one? I nodded, though my heart fluttered. My fingers twisted the hem of my nightgown. Um, my mama said if y'all know my name, everything would change. I don't understand. She looked at me gently, but with a little bit of a serious look in her eye. She was right. But first you must tell me your name. That is how the knowing begins. I swallowed hard and thought, should I tell her my name? My mouth was as dry as cotton, my heart beat wild and bird-like. If I tell her, then I know. But I want to know. And I took a deep breath. Penelope? Penelope? Penelope Leclerc, I said a little bit stronger. She smiled warmly at me and said, well, that's a beautiful name. I am Cecilia. Then she knelt to meet my eyes, the moonlight tracing the gentle lines of her face. Her eyes were deep, storm cloud colored. Do you want to be like us, little one? I think so. I want to know things. I want to see what others don't see. I want to belong somewhere, but I don't know if I want to be a witch. Cecilia extended her hand, cool and steady and waiting. She looked at me and said, "If you want to know, then you must offer me something, something you love freely, with no promise of return." I hesitated. What should I do? And then, without speaking, I just reached into my pocket. Celestine, my little doll, my secret friend. And then softly I said, "Here, I will give her to you." Cecilia took my doll with both hands, nodding solemnly. "Thank you. That was your first step." And then she reached into the folds of her cloak and drew forth a sphere, a small ball of light, no larger than a peach. It pulsed gently, humming like a lullaby I almost remembered. Then Cecilia handed me the light. This is the second step, the choice. If you take this light for yours to keep, it will dwell within you. You will carry it always, and it will set you apart. Set me apart? What does that mean? She looked at me again. You will carry a light that unsettles others. They won't know why, but they'll feel it. It will show them what they fear to see in themselves, and they'll blame you for it. You will be misunderstood, deceived, pushed to the edges. The path will be stormy and thorny. But you will never be alone. A guardian will walk beside you, unseen, shielding you from the worst sorrows, though not from every pain. Well, will I be like you? Will I fly? She said, "No, Penelope, you are not meant to fly nor live angeless among the trees. You will remain human, rooted in the world of flesh and feeling. But you will carry Luma, a secret steady magic. It will not split the heavens, but it will change hearts and tilt fates and sift the soil beneath lives. You will not cast grand spells. You will not soar, but your words, your presence, your light will hold a power few will understand. You can heal or you can harm, uplift or unravel. You will walk with one foot in this world and one in the other. And most days it will feel heavy." Well, why tell me all this? That doesn't sound very much fun. I thought. I was shivers just going down my spine. It sounded very scary. And then she said gently, "Because you saw us, and that means you want to know. And if you want to know, that means you have to make a choice. But this is not a light thing, not for one so young. I will not ask again. It is yours to ponder. If you desire a life of knowing, with its wonders and its wounds, then return to me." And then she was gone, disappearing into the mist, vanishing between the trees like a dream.